Time and time again, we've talked about why wrestling is dying or dead or falling apart or whatever. I've got some interesting stats and information to share with you to start this off. First of all, the first thing I want to say is I love wrestling, and I've loved it since 1988 or 1989, I don't know, around 5 years old. Fell in love with wrestling, haven't missed any WWE since that point in time, pretty much. But it has been dying, and one of the things that's a lot of people say when you say, oh, wrestling isn't doing well right now, things are going bad, things aren't working out, people will say, oh, well, the ratings don't matter anymore, man. The ratings don't matter, everything's on the internet, look at the internet views and whatever else. Well, here's a little look into the internet views, because like I said, so many people mention the internet views. Well, let's take a look at the internet views then right now, right? Let's take a look at those. Here are the Google stats. Here's your Google stats. Take a look at those. Look at that. Even from 2015 to 2020, which is 5 years, and then the tapering off there of 2022. Wrestling has crashed down. You know what I mean? That's the internet. The internet has only picked up in popularity. So there should be more internet searching going on, and there's way less. So it's not just the TV ratings are down. The internet interest and search rate is down, which tells all right there. But I've also got another stat here as well. And, we've been over this for years, and I've been saying this for years and predicting this for years and explaining this for years and whatever else. But here's the raw interest in WWE Raw for just YouTube. So here's 2008 to current day. On YouTube in 2008, there were much less people, yet the search rate is way up for WWE. Same thing with 2012, 2010, and then around 2012, things start to crash down. All around the time when The Shield kind of came out and that thing started happening, that's really when things went to hell. I'm not blaming it on them at all. They were actually one of the better things, but what I'm saying is that's when things really went downhill. All you need to do is take a look at that. Take a look at the Google search ratings and the YouTube search algorithm for you to see. It's not just the TV ratings. There's a lot of other factors involved, obviously. And I've laid these out before several times, but I'm going to lay them out really quickly in a video for you guys right now so you can listen to this. If you're brand new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, stick the thumb directly up my rectum, and become a subscriber so I can shout you out in the next video, or leave a super thanks down below. I will pin the top super thanks to this, and I'll respond with some kind of weird, egregious photo or video. Now, number one, I'm going to get it out of the way, is commentary. And you guys know I've been doing independent indie commentary for over 10 years. Plus, with my radio, podcasting, whatever background, obviously the commentary is devoid of passion. A lot of the commentary is like, hey, welcome to Monday Night Raw, here we are. It's like that's all they do. It used to be exciting. It's Monday night, we're live from Boston and the World Wrestling Federation. It just sounded amazing. Now they don't have anything like that. Nothing like that. Vince McMahon, great. Jim Ross, great. Michael Cole, pretty good. And after that, just death at this point. There hasn't been a good guy since Mauro Ranallo, rather. Mauro Ranallo's great. Problem with Mauro Ranallo is he was here, but he's gone now because Mauro Ranallo might get scared of his shadow on his way to the arena, and then they won't have a commentator, so they couldn't deal with him anymore. But anyway, commentators lack energy. That's one of the biggest things. Commentators lack passion and energy. They sound like a video game commentary. That's a major problem right now in wrestling. The other problem is it's fake, and everybody knows it. You know what I mean? They just admit it like crazy. They spent years sapping off of that, which, by the way, was wonderful. It was great to see wrestlers be able to talk about it. Actors can talk about movie roles and movie situations and acting and things like that. Theater actors can do it. Why can't the wrestlers do it? Why do they have to keep it so secretive? I get it, right? But for years, that's what helped wrestling thrive, was the believability. The more you can make it believable, the better it is. The better it is if you can make it believable. No doubt about it, 100%. But when you spend years pulling the curtain back and telling everybody about what it is, now all the marks and the smarks and the fans, they know everything and they know whatever. Now you can utilize that against them and to your favor in some ways, but really it has helped to destroy a lot of the believability and the passion and the excitement. In fact, if anything, nowadays, you need to go more Attitude Era than ever, in my opinion, in order to make things exciting and believable, because the regular run-of-the-mill matches and PG thing just doesn't work because it's so predictable. And right now, WWE lacks the matches, the the classic matches that they used to have. Like, I don't even remember matches really from every year. I remember less because the matches mean less, and it's ridiculous, which plays into the next thing, which is overproduction. Especially the WWE, man, it is overproduced. It's one of the things that gives AEW an edge is that they're kind of like a little bit off, and there are times where they really are bad because they're not produced the correct way. But WWE is over-sanitized, overproduced, and that's a major issue. Another thing is the UFC's popularity. UFC's popularity is so amazing that WWE is way down. And in fact, if you were to try to get UFC watchers to watch WWE, they say terrible things about you and wrestling. They go, WWE, that fake crap. And they say worse things. They call you names. They say statements that I can't say right here about your sexuality and stuff like that if you say you are a wrestling fan. And UFC is more popular. So that's a problem because you can't really convert UFC fans to WWE fans. But what you do see a lot are WWE fans converting to UFC fans. So that's a major problem is the UFC is taking your market from a lot of people. Another problem is bad, cheesy storylines and predictable storylines. That kind of goes into the whole overproduced and sort of squeaky wheel that the WWE certainly is. And wrestlers are too scripted, so the wrestling is too scripted. And because of that, it's obvious, it's ridiculous, it's cheesy, it's boring, it's annoying, it's lame. It's just over-scripted. It's way too over-scripted and overproduced. Another reason is there's just too much wrestling. There's wrestling left and right all over the place. A lot of indie wrestling is more exciting to go to a live event. You don't know what's going to happen. It's a little more realistic in some ways. In some ways it's not, I guess, but it just seems more fun, and there's a little niche market of 500,000 people across the world, I guess, that like going to the indie events, and that's not much more than there are regular wrestling fans right now, with WWE having the most, I think, with about maybe 2.5 million people watching now fully when people are fully committed, but the ratings sink down to as low as 1.5 million now. And honestly, one of the last issues that I can think of rattling off the top of my head is that there's no megastars. And I think part of that is that the WWE and AEW don't know how to create them. Because you see in WWE, they're so cookie cutter that they don't have the ability to create megastars. One of the biggest stars in the WWE is Roman Reigns, and they spent years trying to shove him down your throat. Finally, he is their biggest guy, their biggest name. He is over. He's the big dog. No doubt about it, he's over in some ways, but he's not a megastar. He is definitely the best star of the company as a heel and his charisma and what's going on. But he doesn't even seem like he wants to be there that much anymore. And on top of that, he doesn't get over as far as a global audience or an audience that's outside of the WWE. He does get over with a global WWE in-house audience, but he's not making any new wrestling fans. Not a lot of people are tuning in because they're new wrestling fans to see Roman Reigns, and therefore nobody else is tuning in to see any of the other people either. Nobody in the UFC really cares that Ronda Rousey's here anymore besides her first couple of times appearing, and they didn't really care then that much. I like Ronda, but that's it. Gunther's great. Well, a lot of these wrestlers are all great, but they're all mid-card talent at this point. It's Monday night mid-card on Mondays. You have a whole bunch of talent who are basically lower and middle of the road mid-card talent who aren't transcending the business. None of these people are. They're wonderful in the company. They do a good job, but they're all mid-card stars to me. Nobody is going to reach outside and grab you to pull you in. The closest thing that I've seen in a long time to something taking off outside the company has been Scissor Me Daddy. And Scissor Me, that I'm seeing it at NFL games and stuff like that on the sidelines. I even saw some commentators, the local commentary team, reacting to it like, what the hell kind of handshake is that? And they didn't even know. And then later, about 20 minutes later, they go, oh, I've been told that the handshake is called the Scissor Me. He goes, Scissor Me? I don't think we can say that on the air. That's the most like mainstream thing I've seen in a while, happen. I mean, listen, when everybody makes a joke about wrestling or that look like professional wrestling, they think WWE. So WWE still has that power and that grasp, but it's all from the old stuff of what they did years and years and years ago. Right now, there's no current thing transcending the business, man. A lot of these people don't even know who Roman Reigns is and who these Seth Rollins and stuff. You mentioned they don't know. You mention Hogan, they know it. They mention Cena, they kind of know it. You mention Stone Cold, they know it. They mention maybe Bret Hart, they know it. But good Lord, they don't know any of these people. I'm telling you right now, there's a major problem with that. But those are all the reasons that I can rattle off to think of why WWE is sinking in popularity, why AEW is only at 1 million viewers and things like that, because there just isn't a big enough wrestling audience, and there's a problem. And I watched last Monday Night Raw, which was atrocious. Now, the DX reunion show was pretty good. We gave it one of our best ratings of the year, not just because of DX, but it kind of was a lot of DX, but Road Dogg was hilarious. But no, it's just that they are, listen, the Triple H era has been better. I don't know what is going on, but Triple H has done a better job. There's no doubt about it. Things are kind of looking up a little bit. But last week's Raw and the week before that's Raw were atrocious, and they were clear as day. Like, oh, man, you're going to lose your audience with this type of show. You are going to lose the audience with these type of shows. And AEW is all over the place. Where's Darby Allin? Where's Darby Allin, who in my opinion is AEW's Mankind, Mick Foley. Darby Allin is AEW's Mick Foley, and he's wonderful. Where is he? I know he's not that great on the microphone. I understand that. But as a wrestler, he's exciting in the ring. He should be on the show almost weekly, I would think. But all of a sudden, he's completely missing in action. This guy is an AEW original who's entertaining and fun and beautiful in the ring. And now, where is he? What is he doing? The storylines are up and down, and Wardlow and MJF was on fire, but then they cooled him off. Now he's back again, I guess. But they are just wishy-washy on everyone. But AEW is more exciting to me right now than WWE. And the commentary teams are atrocious in WWE. They keep putting new commentary guys out there every single time, and every single time it's another lame cookie-cutter guy. And Vince isn't there anymore, so it ain't Vince's fault. But Pat McAfee was the best commentator, and he's not a commentator. Well, he is now. Maybe someday they'll hire me, and we'll actually have a voice of wrestling that sounds like he's passionate about the thing again. But whatever. I don't know. These are all the reasons there's a problem. What do you think? What did I leave out? What details could I go into in the next video? Let me know. Tonight is AEW Dynamite, and I'll be live right here to review it. If you guys like these videos, you like my channel, and you want to help me out, super thanks down below or become a patron. I'll shout you out in the next video, and we'll pin it, and we'll do all the crazy stuff, and I'll be live tonight for the AEW review. So I expect you to be here, and I expect you to put your strap-ons on. I expect you to cut your... Well, okay, don't cut anything off, but, let's go crazy, all right? Whatever you got to do that. Maybe you got to drink something. I don't know. But tonight will be better than Raw, because I'll tell you what, that Raw was so bad Monday, and I love WWE to death. It's my favorite thing. I'll always love WWE. I don't care how bad it gets. But, man, that show put me to sleep. Let's hope AEW Dynamite tonight does not put me to sleep. I'm Joe Cronin. This is The Joe Cronin Show. Over 70 million views, 70,000 subscribers, and for over 10 years live after every single WWE Raw, longest running live review show on YouTube. It's never been done. Kiss me in the dingleberries. Now here's some other videos popping up that you might have missed from my channel.